What's up, good folks of War Room Nation? Your boy Dev back at you. I'm with my man B. Austin.
I don't know what the fuck this means.
We want to talk a little bit about Tony Romo. This Sunday, he was in a shootout with Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning, and he kind of ended the game doing what we all, think is what Tony Romo does. He threw a bad interception, probably at the most inopportune part of the game. But we kind of wanted to give people a different twist. Now, personally, I'm not as big of a Tony Romo detractor that most people out there are. I mean, besides the fact that I'm an Eagles fan, I hate him because I'm supposed to hate him.
Gotta hate him
but as an analyst, I think Tony Romo probably gets worse of a rap than he really should. I'm not denying that he makes mistakes at the most inopportune times, but you also have to take into account what the rest of the team has done or didn't do. Let's take Sunday's game, for example. You score 48 points against any team,
you're supposed to win.
You're supposed to win the game.
Yeah.
Your defense isn't supposed to give up 51 in return.
Yeah, your defense.
So while Tony Romo should have never been in that situation, that doesn't excuse the play that he made. But also on the play, a lot of people aren't taking into account that the offensive line in that play didn't do what they were supposed to do because he had quick pressure coming that actually made him step up and make a dumb decision. If he takes the sack that close to the goal line, people are going to hate on that. But at the same time, I guess that's a little smarter than the decision that he made. But I just think he gets a lot of the rap from probably an oftentimes overrated Dallas Cowboys team. And when they, he's done this so many times, even if a game ends and he didn't do anything like this, he gets all the blame for it. So, what do you think about that?
I would like to, first of all, say it's between Eli and Tony Romo as to who is the best QB in the NFC least. And it's been that way for probably about a half a decade. Tony Romo is an undrafted free agent who has now cemented his legacy as a stat monster of a starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, quote unquote, America's team. Now, besides the fact that I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and so I was predetermined to hate the Dallas Cowboys from the time the sperm met the egg. Being objective, I think that Tony Romo is a very good quarterback. I think that he is often placed in a position where he plays for a team that is overrated talent-wise, doesn't have as many weapons around him in past. Now he does, but in past hasn't had as many weapons around him, hasn't had the dominant defense needed, and he's been asked to carry a team as if he's in that top tier, as if he's a Peyton Manning or a Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers or a Drew Brees. And he's not, but I think he's a very, very good quarterback. To be able to throw for 500 yards and keep pace with a Peyton Manning proves that you're a very good quarterback. So I think he gets an unfair knock. He is prone to make that critical mistake, but he put up 48 points. They put up 48 points with him at the helm.
Yeah.
So he's not garbage by
defense. I don't even know if the defense made Denver punt in the game. So like you said, like when you say weapons, it's more than just receivers and tight ends and stuff. I mean, the defense is getting paid a grip of money as well. And, a lot of people had a lot of negative stuff to say about Jerry Jones paying Tony Romo what he did in the offseason. But it's obvious if you're going to ask the man to try to carry your franchise as, like you said, one of those top-tier quarterbacks, then you got to pay him
carry the franchise money.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like you said, we're Eagles fans, so we're glad it happened.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Every time it happens, we're glad it happens. But, I just think it gets a little unfair. First of all, because it seems like everybody who's not a Cowboys fan, and they got a lot of bandwagon fans, but everybody who's not a Cowboy fan is like pre-programmed to hate the Dallas Cowboys. So I think the judgment of whoever's at the helm for the Dallas Cowboys, it gets a little harder than it does for everybody else, because we had a quarterback in Philadelphia who made these same type of mistakes for 10, 11 years. And, outside of the the true Philly fans that can be honest about the situation.
Objectivity.
Nobody says the stuff about Donovan McNabb that they say about Tony Romo. Donovan McNabb was a guy who threw a lot of high percentage passes and didn't throw many interceptions, but when his interceptions came,
the most inopportune times.
Exactly. So I don't really see what the difference is, but I'm not even going to get into that because I'm not one of those people who point to other stuff to defend something else. And I'm not really interested in defending Tony Romo. I'm just here to keep it 100 because that's what we do. I don't like the Cowboys. I don't particularly care for Tony Romo, but at the same time,
respect him.
The bad part is when you hear a whole lot of people dissing the dude who roots for a team whose quarterback can't hold his jockstrap.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take the dude in Philly.
Yo, I would take him, I would say you can clearly name 5 to 7 quarterbacks that are better than him. But once you get to that 6 or 7, that's it. Like, you can't name more than that that's better than Tony Romo. Like, Tony Romo, make no mistake, he went out there and played a hell of a game, threw for 5 touchdowns, had over 500 yards, and his passer rating was damn good. So it's really, if a team puts up 48 points on you, then there's culpability on the defensive side of the ball. Like, don't have your quarterback in a position where he has to sling the rock in order for you to win. So he had to press. And Tony Romo is a bit of a gunslinger. Admittedly, Brett Favre is his favorite QB, I believe. So guys that come from that gunslinging mode are always going to feel as though they have to make a play in order to win a game. So he does press the issue a little bit. But he's won them far more games than he's lost them.
And that's the stuff he doesn't really get credit
for. Yeah, he's won.
Yo, the dude talking about big games. Dallas doesn't even get to the playoff.
But look at what he does, his pocket presence. Yo, he plays ball with, like, grease on his body. No Atlanta, no Mr. C with that comment. But, like, yo, I've never seen someone get out of pressure the way Tony. Yo, he's a lucky dude. He carries a rabbit foot, man. Yeah. Like, he gets out of pressure.
He carries a rabbit foot until the fourth quarter. And then it's over. So, with all that said, like we said, I'm sure we're going to get a whole bunch of comments. Oh, look at these Romo defenders, whatever. I hate Romo.
I'm glad we Cowboys. I was happy.
Yeah, but, for what we do, we
got to be objective.
Got to keep it real.
I was impressed. I was very impressed with him keeping up with.
I was impressed until that moment. I say it's one of those situations that you're not supposed to be in. You put up 48 points, you should be blowing somebody out.
Right.
If your defense is worth half the money that they're getting. So that's the situation, but it wasn't. They were playing against another offense that was just as potent. So Tony, I guess he blinked first. Actually, he didn't blink first because Peyton threw an interception first, but there was enough time left in the game for the Broncos to recover from that. So I guess Tony was the one who blinked last, and it kind of cost his team the game if you want to look at it from that perspective. So with all this said, Tony Romo nutted up again. We're glad because in the NFC ass division, the NFC East division,
the
NFC East, it's nothing to be proud of. But at 2-3, it keeps our Philadelphia Eagles in the race in this booty division.
I don't want to go to the playoffs.
I don't even know if we deserve to be in any race.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the playoffs. As long as we beat the Redskins and beat the Cowboys, that's a winning season for me this year. I have no expectations. Our defense is ass cheeks. Our offense runs up and down the field, but can't score.
You just gave 2 bum teams more shine than they needed.
You're right. I shouldn't have mentioned.
Who cares if we beat the Redskins and the Cowboys? They garbage too.
Yeah,
forget all that. So look, this has been another edition of General Thoughts. We are the Generals.
War Room
This is
Sports.
what the hell we think. Of course, War Room Sports. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave a comment because I'm sure you got something negative to say. We'll tell you that you're wrong, and we'll give you an address if you need to come, do something about it.
True.
But until next time, like we always say, don't accept mediocrity
and be steadfast in that war against ignorance.
See you chumps on top.
WarRoomSports.com.
Kuwait, it's the War Room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys, diversified and educated.